Narcissists are the worst type of egocentric people. They lie, cheat, but love themselves. If I told you that there is a single sentence that will break every narcissist instantly, would you believe me? A sentence that will completely shatter the narcissist's mask, causing them to retreat and never return. Stay tuned. I want to show you clearly what you should say to the narcissist in your life, word for word. Before we reveal this powerful sentence, we need to understand what we are dealing with here. Carl Jung spoke of the persona, the mask we all wear in society in order to function. For narcissists, however, this persona is often all there is, an artfully crafted, often charming or impressive facade, but behind it, a yawning void, an absence of the true self, the authentic core. And this is crucial. You, watching this video, are not part of this void. You are the light that desperately tries to fill this void. You know the silent suffering, don't you? That feeling of being drained of energy, as if someone is constantly sucking the life out of you, leaving you tired, exhausted, and confused. You feel invisible, your needs ignored, your boundaries constantly crossed. This pain is real. It is a sign that your soul is rebelling against the theft of your light. It's good that you're here. But before you say the words that will drive him or her away for good, you need to understand how he or she works. You need to see their secret power plant, the machine behind the mask that steals your energy. This is exactly where the powerful sentence comes in. This power plant is the engine that keeps the narcissist's empty persona running. It is a dark mechanism that feeds on the energy of others. Carl Jung himself might have described narcissists as thieves of foreign light, beings who must compensate for their inner emptiness by sucking the vitality and self-esteem out of others. They cannot shine from within themselves, so they steal the glory of others. Let's take this powerhouse apart. Imagine it as a machine with 3 central interlocking gears. The first gear is admiration. Narcissists need constant external validation, like air to breathe. Your attention, your compliments, your approval, that's their fuel. They stage themselves, manipulate, and lie to draw this golden light of admiration onto themselves. They bask in it because it makes them believe they have substance, that they are valuable. Without this external supply, their facade begins to crumble. The second cog is guilt. When admiration stops flowing, or you start to distance yourself, the narcissist resorts to a perfidious tool: blame. Suddenly, you are to blame for everything: their bad mood, their mistakes, the problems in the relationship or at work. They masterfully twist the facts until you see yourself as the perpetrator, as ungrateful, selfish, or inadequate. This guilt binds you to them, paralyzes your resistance, and makes you compliant again, ready to supply more energy to pay off your supposed debt. The third cog is confusion. Narcissists are masters at creating chaos and uncertainty. They say one thing today and the opposite tomorrow. They make vague hints, sow seeds of doubt, and lie so convincingly that you begin to doubt your own perceptions. Gaslighting. This confusion keeps you in a state of mental paralysis. You are so busy trying to figure out what is true and what is not that you no longer have the strength to defend yourself or set clear boundaries. Confusion is an energy thief par excellence. How does this work energetically? This is where Jung's concept of the shadow comes into play. Every person has a shadow, the unloved, repressed parts of their personality. The narcissist, however, is unable or unwilling to face their own shadow, their emptiness, their insecurity, their deep shame. Instead, they project this shadow onto you incessantly. They see their own flaws, their own darkness in you, and fight it there. By devaluing you, accusing you, belittling you, they feel better, lighter, superior for a short time. They dump their psychological garbage on you, and your system reacts to it. Do you recognize these subtle but telltale physical reactions? That sudden fluttering of your heart or tightness in your chest when the narcissist enters the room or just looks at you. That inexplicable, leaden tiredness that overwhelms you after spending time with him or her, even if nothing dramatic has happened. Or those micro moments of shame, that sudden feeling of being wrong or inadequate that comes out of nowhere when you are criticized or devalued. Your body does not lie. It senses the energetic attack, the projection of the shadow. Keep these symptoms in mind. Remember them, because they are proof that your light is being stolen. And they will change abruptly. They will explode and then disappear as soon as you utter that one brutal sentence. The next few minutes are crucial, so stay tuned. Before we get to that sentence in a few minutes, we need to make sure you are absolutely ready, that you not only understand intellectually what is happening, but that you are reclaiming your own power, your own energy. The narcissist has tried to cloud and steal your aura, your inner glow. Now, we're going to get it back. Join in briefly if you can. Close your eyes for a moment, or gently lower your gaze. Take a deep breath and exhale slowly. Now imagine a ring of radiant, golden blue light forming around your feet. It is the energy of the earth and the sky combined. With your next breath, slowly pull this ring of light up your body, over your legs, your stomach, your chest, your throat, until it floats above your head like a glowing halo. Feel the warmth, the power, the clarity that this ring radiates. This is your aura, purified and restored to its full power. Open your eyes when you are ready. This light, this energy, belongs to you. It was always there, just buried under projections and manipulations. Why is this so important? Because you are not a random collection of atoms. You are most likely what many refer to as an old soul. A soul that has been on many journeys, that carries a deep wisdom and sensitivity within it. This feeling of being different, of feeling more deeply, of perceiving more, this is not a curse. It is your heritage. It is the sign of your deep connection to the self, as Jung called it. The self is the archetype of wholeness, the organizing center of our psyche, the divine spark within us. Your aura, that golden blue light, is the expression of your connected self. And that is exactly what narcissists shy away from. They cannot deal with genuine identity, with the quiet power of an integrated self. It reflects their own inner emptiness and turmoil in an unbearable way. That is why they try to steal or destroy this light. But that will stop now. The key to this lies in one word, one concept that acts as an impenetrable, protective wall for your aura. That word is boundary. Whisper it quietly to yourself now. Boundary, boundary, boundary. Feel the firmness, the clarity in that word. Okay? The moment has come. The atmosphere is thickening. You may hear your own heartbeat, pounding, expectant. Concentrate. Gather all your presence, all your regained aura, all your inner conviction. Take a deep breath, and then say it, that one brutal sentence, clearly, firmly, and without hesitation, looking directly into the eyes or the energy of the narcissist. Your glory does not belong to me. Let this sentence sink in. Say it again, perhaps now to yourself, aloud or internally. Your glory does not belong to me. Feel the vibration of these words. They are simple, but their effect is devastating to the narcissistic structure. Why? Pay attention to the emphasis. We'll show you in slow motion. Your glory, eyes not, mine. This not, emphasized 3 times in its finality, is the decisive blow. It's not just a statement, it's an energetic severance. The narcissist functions like a hall of mirrors. He projects his supposed brilliance, his false grandeur, his constructed persona onto you and expects you to admire and reflect back this brilliance to fill his emptiness. At the same time, He projects his shadow, his inferiority, his flaws onto you and expects you to accept it and feel guilty. Your sentence breaks through both projections at the same time. With your glory, you seem to briefly acknowledge his facade, but then comes the guillotine. Is not mine. You refuse to accept or mirror his false glory. You refuse to carry his shadow. You cut the energetic umbilical cord through which he sucks your admiration and your life force. You shatter his mirror. What happens psychophysiologically at that moment? Imagine a graph. The narcissist's cortisol levels, the stress hormone, skyrocket. His mask cracks, and the inner emptiness threatens to consume him. Panic. In contrast, your serotonin levels rise. You feel an immediate increase in clarity, self-confidence, and inner peace. The burden of projection falls away from you. You breathe more freely. Let's play this out in 3 typical everyday scenes. Scene 1. Your partner accuses you of being ungrateful and not appreciating his generosity, even though he constantly criticizes you. Your response: calm and firm. Your point of view is interesting, but your glory does not belong to me. Scene 2. Your boss praises you, seemingly, but with a poisonous undertone intended to belittle you. You may smile politely, but your inner attitude and perhaps even a quiet murmur: your glory does not belong to me. Scene 3. A parent tries to manipulate you with guilt. After all I've done for you? You interrupt the monologue in a friendly but firm manner. I appreciate your concern, but your glory is not mine. The words may vary, but the energetic message remains the same. Now I challenge you. Say the phrase, "Your glory is not mine," out loud right now. Feel the power in it. And now comes the kicker. Do not comment below if you felt that power, that liberation. Let the silence in the comments section speak for itself. Those who feel it know. But why is this sentence so devastatingly effective? Why does the narcissistic facade often collapse so abruptly when confronted with it? It lies in the psychological structure of narcissism itself, as Jung would have described it. Imagine an animation, the shiny, perfect mask of the narcissist. You say the sentence. A crack appears, another crack, and then the mask shatters into 1,000 pieces, and behind it, there is nothing but a pulsating black void. Jung spoke of the concept of inflation. This means a pathological identification with the persona or an archetypal image, often that of the hero, the genius, or the victim, which leads to an inflated but unstable ego. The narcissist is psychologically inflated. They consider themselves grandiose in order to compensate for their inner emptiness and inferiority. Your statement, "Your glory does not belong to me," is like a needle piercing this inflated balloon. You deny him the admiration, the air he needs to maintain his inflation. You do not mirror his grandiosity, but confront him with the limits of your reality. The air escapes abruptly, and the emptiness beneath becomes palpable to him. This is unbearable. What are the visible micro-behavioral signs of this implosion? Pay close attention when you say the sentence or hold the energy behind it. Sudden stiffness. The flow of speech stops. The body freezes for a moment. The system suffers a short circuit. Tongue clicking or lip licking. Unconscious stress reactions, an attempt to regain control. Rapid eye flickering or looking away. Eye contact becomes impossible. The confrontation with the truth is too painful. Slight change in facial color. Paleness, shock or redness. Suppressed anger, shame. Abrupt change of subject or withdrawal. The narcissist desperately tries to leave or distract from the situation because they cannot bear to face the emptiness. There is also a neurological explanation, a shortcut in the brain. Our mirror neurons are responsible for enabling us to intuitively grasp the emotions and intentions of others and respond to them. They look for resonance, for something they can mirror. However, if you draw a clear line with the phrase, "Your glory does not belong to me," and close yourself off energetically, you offer the narcissist's mirror neurons nothing to latch onto. They encounter your confident presence, your calm aura, which simply deflects their projections. They cannot process the emptiness behind the narcissist because emptiness cannot be mirrored. This triggers a kind of cognitive panic in the narcissist's brain. The system does not know how to react, and the most likely response is withdrawal, flight from this inexplicable, threatening boundary. And while the narcissist collapses, what do you feel? Do you notice how your chest feels lighter? How the pressure lifts from your shoulders? How you breathe more deeply? This is no coincidence. It is your aura, your energy field, reclaiming the space that was stolen from you. It is the feeling of freedom. This sentence is powerful. It breaks through acute manipulation. But how do you ensure that the narcissist stays away? How do you protect yourself permanently from this energetic theft? You need a protective circle, a reinforced boundary that becomes part of your daily routine. Here is a simple but highly effective 30-second boundary ritual. Stand up straight or sit upright. Place one hand flat on your heart center. Close your eyes. Breathe in deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Don't hold your breath, 0 seconds. And breathe out slowly and completely through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this 4-0-6 breathing cycle 3 to 5 times. As you breathe, imagine that with each exhalation, an invisible but impenetrable protective shield around your aura becomes stronger. Visualize it in your favorite color or as pure, clear light. Feel the strength, the security. This ritual, performed in the morning or evening or whenever you feel overwhelmed, calibrates your nervous system and strengthens your energy field. It only takes 30 seconds, but it works wonders. Of course, you can't always say the brutal sentence directly. Here are 3 alternative phrases adapted for different situations that set the same energetic boundary. In direct conflict, instead of justification, I see that you see it differently. I'm sticking with my perception. At work, instead of giving in, thanks for your input. I'll look into it and decide my own way. On social media, instead of discussion, delete or ignore the comment and think to yourself, your projection ends here. For those of you who are open to deeper energetic work, you can reinforce this protection. Visualize a symbol that means protection to you, perhaps a specific crystal such as black tourmaline or obsidian, a protective rune such as algiz, or simply a geometric symbol such as a circle with a dot in the center, the symbol of the self. Imagine this symbol glowing on your protective shield, repelling negative energies or projections. To ensure that this protection becomes a habit, use habit stacking. Place your 30-second boundary ritual directly after an existing routine, for example, right after brushing your teeth. Your brain will link the new habit to the old one, and it will become a neural highway, an automatic protective mechanism. But be vigilant. Narcissists don't give up easily. Here's a quick anti-relapse checklist. Watch for these 4 subtle signs that the narcissist is trying to test your boundaries again. Love, bombing 2.0, sudden exaggerated friendliness, or gifts after you've set a boundary. Pity play, they play the victim, telling sad stories to trigger your compassion and lull you back in. Flying monkeys, they send friends or family members to persuade or pressure you. Subtle boundary testing, small requests or comments that just graze your boundary to see if you will give in. Your immediate response to all these attempts, internally or externally, depending on the situation, say the phrase, "The boundary is set," or simply activate the feeling of the golden blue ring of light and the protective shield. No discussion, no justification. The boundary is set. Period. You've said the words, you've built the protection. But the journey isn't over yet. Now it's about fully integrating and living this new, liberated identity. It's about filling the space you've reclaimed with your true self. Just recently, a viewer wrote to me, let's call her Anna. She had suffered for years under a narcissistic boss and felt drained and worthless. After consistently practicing the boundary ritual and the inner attitude of your shine does not belong to me for 7 days, she wrote, it's incredible. For the first time in years, I feel a constant warmth behind my solar plexus. I feel present. He's still trying, but it's bouncing off me. This warmth, this presence, that is your reclaimed self expanding again. To solidify this new self-image, work with affirmations, but not just empty words. Feel this affirmation deep within you as you say it. I am a source, not a reservoir. You are the source of your own light, your own energy, your own value. You are not a reservoir that others can tap into to fill their emptiness. Repeat this often, especially when old doubts arise. You will notice a fascinating social ripple effect. When your aura is clear and your boundaries are strong, it acts as a repellent not only against the main narcissist, but also against other people with similar tendencies in your environment. The silent co-narcissists, the energy vampires, the drama queens, they subconsciously sense that there is nothing left to get from you and withdraw. Your clarified energy creates a healthy environment around you, like a domino effect of light. Use this new clarity to redesign your life. Take a minute now. Close your eyes and ask yourself, which spaces, physical, emotional, social, will I consciously avoid from now on? Which situations, which conversations, which relationships no longer fit your new, confident identity? The answer lies within you. Listen to it. And this is only the beginning of your deeper healing journey. Because we often attract narcissists because we ourselves carry unresolved issues, unconscious patterns, or a wounded inner core within us. In the next video, we dive even deeper into Jung's work and conclude the Shadow Pact, how to recognize and heal your own destructive patterns that have made you vulnerable to narcissistic abuse. It is the next crucial step toward complete liberation. The circle is complete. We began with the nightmare of the stolen reflection, the shock of recognition. We saw through the narcissist's secret power source, their dependence on your light, their projection of the shadow. You reclaimed your aura and strengthened your connection to yourself. Then came the brutal sentence, your glow does not belong to me. The key that shatters the narcissistic mirror and reveals the emptiness behind it. You understood why he collapses and how you can permanently protect yourself with the spell circle. Now you are integrating your new identity as a source, not a reservoir. Problem identified, tools obtained, victory achieved. If your aura is shining brighter today than before, subscribe to this channel. And when you're ready for the next step, watch the video about the Shadow Pact. Leave the alchemy symbol for fire in the comments if you feel the transformation and understand why this symbol fits. Those who understand know why. Your journey to freedom has only just begun.